The elephant in the room is that we do have people here who want to be here, who live here, who've made a life here, but there is a lack of concerted investment, especially for students. Especially for students of color, students with low income, limited resources, limited opportunity. And the truth is that if there is not an investment, or what we decided to do is make that our pivotal target point, we get what we always had because we kept doing what we'd always done. I already had the story. So there was nothing anybody could tell me that kids can't go to college, that whatever their dream was gonna be, that they couldn't reach it because of, first of all, their grades, their income, their skin color, their immigrant status. You know, I'd done the rocky road. I knew that there was opportunity, and all students needed was somebody to believe in them.
Financial, right? Does everybody bring your financial? The number one reason is financial. What's the number one reason? Financial? All right, so number one is financial. Go ahead now.
The early days of BLU was like being what I imagined being in the startup would be like, where, you know, you just kind of figuring it out. You have your core specialty, but you're trying to figure out how to make it work. In the early days, our job was to recruit students. One of the things that we had to do is we had the program, but the students had to buy in. And so when we went on the campus, the excitement of us being on the campus was well received by the students. So most students just came just because people paid attention to specifically them. This program was just for them. I believe that when we talk about the history of the Inland Empire, Fontana, San Bernardino, we got to talk about Ms. Walker.
Just remembering sharing office space with Dina and her team. I believe it was our organization, COPE, who provided them office space when BLU Educational Foundation first started, to watch many of their early employees like Kevin and Dina and Dominique now going on to do some great things. So it's been a wonderful start.
I'm Dina Walker, and I'm the founder and president and CEO of BLU Educational Foundation. BLU Educational Foundation came to be by first starting off as a educational consulting company. And one of the reasons is because I wanted to make sure that kids had an opportunity to go to college like I did, but they had to have the support as well. One of the key things was our partnership with San Bernardino City Unified School District. 1 or 2 years into the development of the foundation, we were able to secure a contract with San Bernardino City Unified, which really kind of exploded the organization. We were able to not only have this a definitive partner with the school district, but also to be able to hire. And this was not hiring just students part-time on work study, but actually have full-time employees. And I would say that too, one of the key pieces of why that was important, because that was the first time I was able to, when we talk about full-time staff, we hired one of the very integral people in our organization to this day is still a part of our organization, Mr. Anthony Allen. So we were able to bring him on, and he may tell you the story. Like, he came to the job, and I think it was an interview, and then he realized he was in an interview, but he was at work. So.
Mantra. Soul brothers, soul sisters, young leaders arise, with fire in our hearts, with determination in our eyes, embracing our culture, rich and profound, with strength and resilience, our greatness resounds. Through education and knowledge, we will lead the way, transforming our communities day by day. Fortunately, we hold the keys for a world where dreams are limitless and free. So as soul brothers, soul sisters, who will rise up as the greatest we were made to be. And mantra.
So, how I got connected to BLU. Funny story, I actually did not even know I was connected. I originally was working with an advisor at BLU in 2009, and this is an envelope containing what we call now our personal education plan. It has basically a summation of what your career goals are and all the things that you need to do. At the time, one of my advisors was Dominique White, and I have her card here too. She's one of the influential people in Blue's beginning and Blue's story. You'll hear Ms. Walker and many of our previous staff members talk about her. At the time, I went to be a dental student, and so Blue was connected to Loma Linda's university program. It's called their Discovery Program, where students get to learn more about health programs and all those things. And so that was on my list of things to do in my personal education plan back in 2009. Forgot about it. It was in high school, and then fast forward, I was at Cal State San Bernardino, and I found out about an opportunity to join a leadership program. It's called our Civic Fellowship Engagement Program, where you get to learn about different things like personal branding, public speaking, advocacy. And this is now in 2018, so fast forward 9 years. And Ms. Walker, at the end of the program, offered me a position as a college prep advisor and was like, I think you would be really dope to add to the team. You have a passion for wanting to mentor students. And so I started working, and then 6 months into me working, I go through my garage and I come back and find this letter, and I'm like, whoa, crazy how full circle moment, this organization that started advising me and working with me is now asking me to become an advisor. And so I got to see me live out the mission, which is us taking students, pouring into them, investing in them, and then seeing them come back and do the same. So without me knowing, I literally was able to live out the mission of Blue.
My name is Tiana Delano. I'm from San Bernardino, and my relationship with Blue is I'm a CEP scholar. I got connected through Blue by sitting on the library steps, and one of their members came up to me and was like, oh, are you doing anything right now? And I was like, no, I'm just here at lunch. And then he invited me into their room, and that's how I got connected, and he introduced me to the program.
My girlfriend Sienna introduced me to it. I'm glad she did, because I have no regrets. I enjoyed the community, and it's overall a great experience. It's like the field trips, we got to go on the NorCal college trip, and it's really opened my eyes. And, it was great seeing all that, because I don't see that on the daily. I'm from a small town, and I feel like a lot of my opportunities are limited, and Blue helps kind of open my horizons.
So it started with my brother, because he was a junior at the time. He came to me and said, I want you to come with me to this organization. They're having a meeting, and it's about college. And I was like, of course I'll come with you. Of course. First I didn't, but I was like, I'm gonna go with you. I went there, I heard what they were talking about. I was like, oh, this seems really good for him. And then as we were leaving, Miss Walker, she was like, hey, are you a college student? I was like, yeah. She was like, we could help you out with a scholarship and get you intertwined into our program. And that same day, I joined the program. My name is Isabella Brown. I go to Arizona State University. I'm a sophomore, and my major is forensic science.
My name is Olani LeBeau. I am Blue's Public Policy and Advocacy Associate, and my relationship with Blue has been for the past 10 years, being a student receiving services to being an intern to ensure that, we are advocating for certain public lands, as well as being a college success advisor, where I'm helping people who were once in my position, trying to go to college, get the financial resources, and essentially has brought me to being back a part of Blue. As a public policy and advocacy associate, I work under the civic engagement area, which is really trying to ensure that the community, students, and parents understand how they can be more involved in the political process, the community process, especially understanding that they know the issues better than anyone else does. Blue equips them, as well as ensures that our students and our parents have the necessary tools to be active in the political process, whether that's public comment, whether that is written legislation, or actually speaking with the senators and whatnot.
I believe that Blue Educational Foundation has definitely supported the community, especially our students and parents, to be equipped with the necessary tools to advocate for themselves, their community, and their education. And so I'm always inspired and encouraged by the fact that Blue has played that pivotal role in many lives.
My story of how I got connected with Blue, as mentioned, I'm born and raised from Sacramento. When I moved back from college back to Sac, I knew I wanted to have an impact on my community. And once I got here, I knew I wanted to be part of an organization that was making a difference. With myself being a first-generation Latina student, having not been from the IE myself, I knew I still wanted to serve underserved communities. So when I went to Blue's website, the mission statement at the end, build healthy, productive communities, the word build and not create, so that showed me that they want to build an everlasting foundation. They want to make change. They want to make want to be trailblazers within their society. So that's something I want to be a part of. Even if I wasn't employed, just trying to find a way to volunteer. I knew I wanted to be connected with Blue.
Black folks in the Inland Empire need more village keepers. And BLU as an organization is a village keeper. Dina Walker is a village keeper. She takes very serious, the org takes very serious the well-being of our future generations. And I feel like BLU creates a space in the Inland Empire where harm is not done and healing can be done. I know I've heard of BLU for years before I actually got connected. But it was 2014. I had just come back from the Underground Railroad trip, and one of the conductors on that trip is Dr. Daniel Walker. And a fellow parent in the district was like, you know his sister, she's in charge of BLU. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't. She's like, yeah, you do. They look just alike. They laugh alike. They act alike. I was like, yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about. We were on our way to a APAC, back to school type of event in the city of Moreno Valley, and Dina was there, and she introduced us. And so that was like my solid introduction to Dina Walker and like officially BLU. And then, shortly thereafter started getting involved as a parent, and then as a member or staff or team member with a fellow organization that does a lot of work with BLU, and then also eventually a mentee of Dina's. Not officially, she didn't ask to mentor me, I kind of made her my mentor, right?
I think it's tremendous. I mean, I wish I would have had the mentorship, the camaraderie, someone there to support you, which is really good. And it's just for all races. This is something that children need as becoming young adults. They need that push, they need that assistance to let them know that, hey, what they're doing is good. We're there to give you the support, and someone's gonna be there to help guide you.
I have 4 children, so 2 boys, 2 girls. The oldest one right now is 28, and then the other boy is 26. Then I have a daughter, 22, and one that just turned 18. So all 4 of them actually came through BLU education in some form or fashion. I'm super thankful for Dina, especially because she will pick them up, she will wheel them in. I think at the last event we went to, I think it was a scholarship banquet, and she had said, if your kids don't have the money to go to college, don't not go because you don't have it. Like, come talk to me. And we were really on the fence, like as of that day, to where if my daughter was going to be able to go to school, if she wasn't, if it's somebody like funding this program. This is definitely one of those programs that I think a lot of times we want to just give our money and put our money some places, and it's like, yeah, it's for education, and we don't really know where that money's going and how it's being disseminated to the kids. But I would have to say, as a parent of BLU, and very appreciative of being able to get financial money for my children to be able to go to the school that they want. And I think that funding is like beneficial for for our community and for the type of kids that do come through BLU.
What do I think my legacy is going to be here? I don't know what the end product is actually going to be. All I know is what I want to see. And it's not necessarily that my name is on buildings or anything like that, or awards. I surely don't do it for that. The legacy I want to leave is in the human beings. I want the seeds to be planted and them to grow. And so when we talk about what that is, I want to be able to say, the work that we did here at BLU, all of us for the last 15 plus years, made a difference. The legacy is in the people. The legacy is in what happens with the Inland Empire. I say now that, this is the Inland Empire. It's an empire of jewels and assets and everything like that. And I see it as that way. The BLU approach, which is relationships matter, truth and trust are imperative, and love is at the center, aligns with me personally, because I talk about the inception of BLU. The relationship, had it not been for the relationships I had with the community, and I was just back maybe only a couple of years here back in the Inland Empire, and the people that I met and who bought into the vision that I had, and I bought into their vision as well, built and helped to build the organization. that those key relationships, that bonding that we had were, again, catalysts for what Blue is right now. So relationships matter. I wouldn't have been able to build what we have now had it not been for all of those things and really trusting and holding those relationships as dear and important. Aside from the bad grades, aside from being suspended from high school, I got suspended in junior high school once. Had there not been people who saw that in me and saw the jewels in me, I wouldn't be here to make the impact that I've had as a person or the agency as an organization. But people saw that and continued to invest in me, regardless of what one piece of paper said or what they heard about me or whatever. People said, I'm gonna dismiss that. That's only one aspect of who she is. I still wanna pour into her. And that's what I feel about this area, is that regardless of the stories, the statistics, there is something to be invested in here. With everything that I have left of how many years I have, I'm gonna spend it working with people who see the same and who want to invest in the Inland Empire and the people here. All day. Wouldn't change it.